everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Eileen and I share lifestyle inspirational content. In today's video, what I want to do is just recap everything that I did Christmas related in December. And the reason I chose to do that is because we did go to a lot of activities every single weekend. So I filmed, but it wasn't anything structured because, again, very hectic time for parents. Today's video, I want to go over that, and I also kind of want to go over what I'm doing to prep for the new year. By the time you're watching this, it is the new year, so I'm sure this will be well overdue. Okay, so in the weekends following, or in the weekend following Thanksgiving, we did end up decorating, which that was the last video or vlog that I posted, kind of a recap of Thanksgiving and decorating for Christmas and all of that. And right after that, the next weekend, we do have the Miami Zoo here, which is very cool. There's a lot of animals. We love taking the kids. We're zoo membership. We're zoo members. So we take the kids to the zoo quite often. For the Christmas time, they do something called Zoo Light, where they only have a limited amount of the zoo open, but they put up lights, and it's just this really magical kind of feeling. If you pay a little bit extra, they also give you hot chocolate and some cookies, which are really yummy. We didn't do that package because my kids don't really like hot chocolate anyway, but we did enjoy just like walking around and looking at all of the lights. And they didn't really have any of the animals out, but they had a lot of like the light up, so that was really cool. They had a snake. They did have a snake out for some reason, so that was there, but they had face painting and like a lot of these other fun things. And for this particular time, we went with the group of people that also went to the berry farm. If you watched that video, we had the winter festival at the school that I work for. Again, if you're new here, I'm a teacher, so I do a lot of school events and things like that. It was great. We had a lot of performances, and there was like a big not bounce, but it was like a blow up thing where it had different sections for the kids to play sports, and then different clubs within my school did different kind of booths. So there was, again, like a face painting, and it was the first time I let my oldest son get his face kind of painted a little bit, and it was kind of cool because it was one of my students that did it. And there was also like a cotton candy section, a popcorn section, and a lot of other cool little knickknacks like that. And there were a couple of food trucks as well, so that was a really fun time. The kids just got to like run around, and I got to hang out with the people that I work with, but with my family as well. So it was just a nice, wholesome, fun time. The night ended with just like a lot of dancing with this thing called Hora Loca. That's just like music, and this like giant robot person kind of just like conducting the whole thing. So that was cool. So the weekend right after the festival was just a big friend Secret Santa exchange thing. So on the first night, one of my friends had this adult only Christmas party. We dropped the kids off. It was like a nice, fun adult time kind of thing where we played some kind of fun games, ate some good charcuterie board items, and drank some wine. And it was just like much needed grown-ups night out. And then the following day, we met up with another group of friends of ours, and we had a Secret Santa exchange there, both for the adults and for the kids. So it was just really cute to see the kids opening up gifts early and how excited they were. I don't think I filmed much of it, but if I did, I'll just put some clips around here. The weekend after that, I believe it was Christmas. So for Christmas, we just did my sister's house. My sister usually does Christmas. She has a big house with a pool and the whole bit. So we just had a fun time, did that. Had Santa Claus come a little bit early because I am Hispanic and we celebrate the 24th. The 25th is not a huge deal to my family. That is, however, when I like to open gifts with my kids. So nothing, we had Santa come in and the kids opened like one present, and thankfully we did it early this year, so by the time it was like 12:30 or so, we were already back home. The kids were sleeping and it was perfectly good. The morning of Christmas was pretty cool because the night before, when we got home, I had kept the Christmas tree completely bare the whole time it's been up. As you can see, some of it is missing over here because the kids have attacked it throughout, but you know, that's a separate conversation. But either way, I kept the tree pretty bare. The night when we came back, they were sleeping, and I just got all of the gifts that we had gotten from our relatives, plus the gifts that we had gotten the kids. We put them under the tree. So when my eldest son, the 3-year-old, came out, he was just so like amazed and surprised. He just like looked at all the gifts and was like, whoa, look at that, it's presents. And he was just like, the excitement on his face was the most adorable thing. I could just like replay that in my brain all the time. And my youngest son was even, you know, fed off of my oldest one's excitement, and he was just super into it as well. They were just like really happy and super excited to open all the presents. So we did that, and that same day we also go to my mother-in-law's and open presents over there. That same week, our friend got us tickets to this thing called Wonderland. The big Christmas thing to do in Miami is this place called Santa's Enchanted Forest. However, I think it's gotten really overpriced and a little bit outdated throughout the year, so I don't really go. But this year, a new competition opened up, and it's called Winter Wonderland. It's where they used to host the Santa's Enchanted Forest one, and it was so cool. We went again with a couple of our friends, but all of the like booths, I guess you could say, were really Miami, and they were very Christmassy. They seemed like very new, and I don't know, it was just a different feel. There were a lot of rides for the little kids, which was great because my son got to ride, the oldest one got to ride a couple of things, and even the little one got to ride on the little horse carousel, on the carousel. So that was a fun time. They also had a lot of selections of food and all of that. All the activities we did, we saw a lot of friends, we saw a lot of family, and it was just a good fun time. My kids enjoyed a lot of it. We were exhausted, so there's no way I was gonna be able to put out a video with all of these fun things, but hopefully you get inspiration in case you plan on coming to Miami for Christmas time next year, of different things that you could possibly do. Okay, so now we're gonna get more to the New Year's kind of planning and setting up and prepping for. This New Year's, I don't feel like I was as prepared as I was other years. Again, probably because we did so much with the kids that I didn't really have much more time. I also got sick a couple of days after Christmas, so that was fun. But a couple of things that I do every year. The first thing is I met up with a couple of my friends again on a kid-free day. I took the kids to my mom's, and that same day I had a gynecologist appointment that I set up since last year for like my yearly or whatever. When I came back, I went to Trader Joe's, which I rarely ever get to do by myself, so I went to Trader Joe's for a little bit, got a couple of knickknacks for a charcuterie board, and then a couple of my friends came over and we had some wine, and we do this thing called a tarot day where we're all really into like tarot cards and crystals and cleansing and sage and all of that. That's all we did. We cleansed my house and we cleansed our stones, and we all just sat around and did our tarot reading for the year, kind of interpreted it. We wrote it down. As the year goes on, we kind of like see month to month how it pans out and how close to it or not it was, but it's something we do for fun. It was just like a really fun time of just like talking things through and manifesting and just, you know, looking forward to the new year. And that's really what kicked off the new year kind of like switch in my brain. The couple of days following, I had the kids and I was pretty sick, so I didn't do a whole lot. The weekend of New Year's, specifically New Year's Day, I decided, and this I do every year, usually I do it more intensely, to just clean my house completely from top to bottom. I wanted to clean all of the floors, all of the surfaces, everything. I don't want last year's dirt and mess to come into this year. That was kind of my whole mentality with it. I wanted clean bed sheets, so like I did all of the laundry. It's kind of a funny way to think about it, especially that you know that it's just like one day different from the other. But still, it's kind of a cool mentality to not bring any of the messes, physical or mental, of last year into the new year. So that's what I dedicated that day to. I just like cleaned everything. The day before that, I actually had a really nice chill day. We went out to have like a brunch breakfast kind of thing, and then we went to downtown Brickell area, which is not a place we frequent a lot anymore because it's more of like a party, new, like young people kind of thing. Not that we're old, but it's definitely not a place we frequent anymore. It was really nice because that's one of my favorite places to go walking, because it's right, there's this like pathway that's right next to the water, and my kids love water. They love being outside. They love like being walked on the stroller. So we grabbed some coffee and we just like walked through that area, and it was really nice, very chill. And then we took the pretty drive home. It was just like a very relaxed kind of day and night, which was a good way to have my peace with 2023. And that's what I did. That night, New Year's Eve, we went to my cousin's house. They have a big party. The kids definitely should have stayed sleeping, and that's something that I'm going to take into consideration for next year, because I think their sleeping schedule since have been very, especially my little one that's about to enter a leap, it's just been kind of crazy and all over the place. But that's besides the point. It was a fun time at my cousin's house. Second 12 hit, we packed up our things and came home because the kids needed to sleep. And that brings me up to date. I am planning on going on a trip this week that I had gotten as a gift to my husband and the kids. We're gonna go to this place called Getaway Cabin, and they have places all over the US, but the one I'm gonna go to is in Gilchrist, I don't know how you pronounce it, Florida. It's upstate. It's by Ginny Springs. It's gonna be nice and chilly. It's not gonna be as cold as the last time that we went, and I'm really looking forward to that. But before I do that, another thing that I do at the end of the year is I declutter, write out my goals, doing my vision board and that whole bit. I need to do that. I'm a little late in the game, but I want to do that. That is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed my December recap. I will see you all in the next one. Bye.